This is what I'm using. I'll show you the product I'm always using for mine. Hi guys, how are you doing? I hope you have a wonderful day. And I am driving in my 2018 F-150 Power Stroke. So I got the diesel truck out today. Now, as you know, I try to keep this truck maintained as good as I can. I keep the service up and everything, because that makes the truck run smoother and longer, and it also helps with the gas mileage, you know, with diesel mileage, whatever you call it. Right now, if you peek on here, it says 22.1. That may sound good for some of the gas diesel truck guys, but that's not the best for a diesel truck. But that happened because I was idling quite a bit and had a lot of short distances. This truck usually gets 25 plus up to 30 mpg, so pretty good. One of the reasons I get a good mpg is because I use diesel additives. Yes, that's right, diesel additives. Some people say it's a myth, diesel additives don't work, they don't do any good. I personally think that's wrong. I do think diesel additives help, and there are some that help more than others, and there are some for certain purpose and others for different purpose. And I would like to show you what I use, and let's do this. I got a box here with some diesel additives, and I'll find a quiet spot somewhere and we'll open the box and we'll look at it, and I'll show you what I use, and I'll also telling you why I use them and why it's good to use a diesel additive. Alright, and I just came home because it's yeah, the weather was changing outside and I didn't know where to go. So here we are. This is the truck, just to show it off a second here. It has 144,000 miles, I believe. The timing belt has been done, and yeah, it runs flawless. So this little engine here is a 3-liter diesel, and it's actually a diesel that comes from Land Rover from Europe, and then the Power Stroke team modified it for the F-150. So I have to say it runs really good, and I'm really happy with it. So I'm gonna turn it off now, and then we'll look into those diesel additives. Here we go. So the truck is turned off, and see, let's give you some information just in case you are not aware of that, because for the longest time I wasn't. So in the US, diesel fuel has almost no detergent. Did you know that? Especially important for older style diesel fuel injectors. So I mean, that is really, maybe I worded that wrong. So to have a detergent in it is especially important for older style diesel fuel injectors, is what I mean. What I'm also saying though, this diesel here is of course a newer one, and it has the DPF on it, and I have to add the AdBlue, you know, on all that stuff. So in 2007 there was a change. So in the US, they changed the diesel fuel to ultra low sulfur fuel diesel. And these older diesels that I talked before, they were built for the diesel before 2007 that had more sulfur. So that makes a difference. Now let me tell you, I'm not a scientist or anything. I'm just doing this as a normal owner, you know, of many vehicles like this one here. You have an EV, I have V8 vehicles, I have everything. So there has also been many tests that have been run, and they have been proven that the additives increase the lubricity, and that's true, and I watched many of them, and that's why I decided to do this. Now, how do I get to this? Here's a whole selection of additives. Now, this is what I'm using. I'll show you the product I'm always using for mine. It's this one here, the Power Service Diesel Clean plus Cetane Boost. So injector cleaner and performance improver. So I've been using this for quite a while, and Power Service here. They have been so nice to send me their whole assortment here of their products. And I'm not getting paid for this. You know, I'm just reviewing them and telling and I'm sharing something that I already use, because I've already been using this one here. And I was thinking about buying some of the others, but since they're sending them to me, which I'm really thankful to that they did that, I will try all of them right now. So that is my story, how I got to this video and why I'm doing this. And it's not like I'm getting paid, but I'm convinced that this is a good thing and I want to share. Let's look at this one here again. So this one here is called Bio-Kleen plus cetane boost. Is that how you say it? I think so. It says restores lost power and fuel economy, lubricates, protects the pump and injectors, and it's endorsed by Cummins, it says on here. It treats up to 100 gallons. Now, I'm not going to tell you exactly how much you should put in your truck, because that depends on your truck. This truck there, the tank is different than your truck. So these guys here, Power Service, on their website, they have a calculator that tells you exactly how much you should add to your diesel tank. What you do is you fill your tank up full with fresh diesel, and then you take this here. This is what Ford vehicles have on board. And you put that into the gas tank and you add your additive. And this is really sticky, smell and stinks too. So don't spill any of these in your truck. That's not good. They usually, all the brands, they kind of have a smell to them, and it's sticky stuff. But you need this, because if you try to get it in, pour it in without that, it will just pour right out again. So do not do that. Or buy a little funnel that is long enough to push in the little flap, you know, before you add it. So this product here is a good one for just keep your injectors clean, boost your cetane a little bit, and improve your performance. Now, before we get to the next one, why is the cetane number important? Well, you know, if you raise the cetane number, you improve the combustion quality of the fuel. So that's important because it means less soot and issues with the DPF, and it's also burns cleaner, you know, it's cleaner. So yeah, that's a good thing to do that. So that's why this one, it says cetane boost, and this one here says it as well. Let's look what this is. This one here, since the winter is here, we're almost December. This one says it's a Winterizer anti-gel, so that prevents fuel gelling and protects against fuel filter icing. This here is really important if you park outside and if you live in a climate where it gets very cold. Then this product is really recommended. I usually park outside as well, so I can plug my truck in, which I sometimes do, sometimes I don't, but I always recommend putting stuff like this in just to prevent your truck from getting, you know, icing up, you know. It says here it's especially good if the temperatures go below 30 Fahrenheit. And if they are above 30 Fahrenheit, it helps with peak performance for your diesel truck. So I recommend this one as well, and this one, except if you live somewhere where it's warm, then you don't need that, okay? Let's see what we got here. Diesel injector DPF flush rapid fuel system cleanup. I have had this one before, and I say it again, but I always bought that with my own money for years. This one here is like the name says it cleans your system. So, and then it reduces emissions and soot buildup, and extends the region as well, you know. If there's a lot of buildup in your vehicle, it has to regenerate more often, and yeah, that brings to bad performance and also worse mileage. So I would use this one as well. I would use this one from time to time If you read the small print here, it tells you how often they recommend using it. I use that a couple times a year, to be honest. I'm not driving all the time with that truck, so a couple times a year is enough for me, but you might need it more often. Depends on how much you drive and what you do with your diesel truck or vehicles. Anyways, and a diesel engine, a diesel truck needs good cetane levels and also good lubricity. So, and what I've seen in all the tests I've watched, Power Service, you know, has always been a winner. They have been a winner in the tests, and I noticed a lot of reviewers said that their products don't contain potassium. So, like I said, I'm not a scientist, you know, not that smart. I don't know what harm it does, but it is not good, so it doesn't contain potassium, so that's good. Let's look at this one here. Clear diesel. Okay, this one here removes water and slime to prevent fuel filter failures. Yeah, it says plus petrol fresh stabilizer. Okay, this is something that keeps the diesel fresh and good if you park for a long time, and keep your diesel sitting for a while. That's how I see it. So it gets the water out that might be in the tank. This is something, to be honest, I'm not really needing to use that often. I mean, I bought this truck used. Maybe I'll use it just in case, but from there on, I don't need that as often, but it's good to keep on hand. But your situation might be different. You might need this. So it's a good one too. This is a red bottle here. It says diesel 911, so it already tells you it's an emergency. That's for winter emergencies. It restores the flow of fuel to engine caused by gelled fuel or frozen fuel filters. So if you didn't put this in, stuff starts freezing up. You can't start your truck, nothing works. Then you use this. Okay, you put that in and it rescues you. So, do I need that for me personally? Maybe, it depends. I don't think so, but maybe. So this is another one to keep on hand. So here's my personal recommendation. They're all good products, but these here, let's see, these two here I really recommend using on a regular basis. Then comes this one here for the winter, you know, when it gets cold. And then these two, they're good to keep on hand in your shelf to, if in case you need them. Do they expire? Does anyone know that? I don't know. I don't think so. I'll have to look into that. I don't know if that stuff expires or not. These are 26 fluid ounce bottles here. So that's 0.769 liters. And again, on Power Services website, it tells you exactly how much you need to put in your truck. Let's go to the truck one more time with this. I'll show you what I mean. And by the way, I'm not putting any in here because I don't have a fresh full tank of diesel now to put that in. So this here, you push it down and see how that goes in. There's like a lip, there's this lip here, and it has to penetrate through a second one in there as well to go in. Okay, that's what you do to put your additive in. So then you put it wherever you want. Like I put mine here on a little tray there, and you have it on hand when you need it, or you can keep it in your truck. So I usually don't fill this stuff up on the road unless I go on a really long road trip and I take it, but if I don't, I'll just keep it here in the garage, and that's why I'm taking care of stuff. So that's how it is. That's Power Services products, very good products. They are only for diesel engines. See that snowblower there? For snowblowers like that, you get products as well for when the gas sits long to keep it fresh, but this here is only for diesel. So don't mix stuff up. And I think it says diesel, 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 diesel on all those pretty big so that nobody gets the wrong idea. Yeah, thanks for Power Service for sending this. I do like it. and I just recommend using these. There are more additives out on the market, and you know, there are a lot of good additives on the market that are not from Power Service, but all the tests I was looking at, this was a clear winner, and plus no potassium, so yeah, can't go wrong. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and yeah, if you want to watch more videos on this truck here, go ahead and go in my playlist for the F-150. There's a lot of different videos, and have a look. So maybe you'll enjoy them as well, and maybe there's something you learned out of this video. Let me know in the comments. I wish you a wonderful day. Please subscribe, and see you back soon.